Hey everyone, welcome back to Global Properties channel. Today we have an exciting topic lined up for you. Today we're talking all things Aussie real estate, from bustling cityscapes to serene coastal properties. Australia has it all. Whether you're a pro investor or just thinking about moving down under, there's heaps to be excited about. The market here is dynamic and full of opportunities. But before you jump in, it's important to know the rules. Understanding the legal landscape can make a huge difference. And I'm not just talking about where the best beaches are. There are specific laws and regulations you need to be aware of. Thinking about buying property in Australia? It's a big decision, and knowing the ins and outs can save you a lot of trouble. Knowing the laws is super important to make good choices and avoid expensive mistakes. From zoning laws to foreign investment regulations, there's a lot to consider. In this video, we'll cover 10 important real estate laws you need to know before buying property here in Oz. These tips will help you navigate the market with confidence. Stick around for some helpful tips that could save you time, money, and a whole lot of hassle. By the end of this video, you'll be well prepared to make informed decisions. Law 1. Foreign Investment Review. First up, let's talk about the Foreign Investment Review Board, or FIRB. This board plays a crucial role in regulating foreign investments in Australia, ensuring that such investments benefit the country and its people. This is especially important if you're not an Australian citizen or permanent resident. Foreign investors need to be aware of the rules and regulations set by FIRB to avoid any legal complications. The Aussie government wants to make sure foreign investment in property is good for the country, so they have some rules. These rules help maintain a balance in the real estate market and protect national interests. If you're from overseas and want to buy a house, apartment, or even vacant land, you need permission from FIRB. This process ensures that the investment aligns with the country's economic and social goals. You can apply online. It's pretty easy. The online application process is designed to be user-friendly, making it accessible for investors from around the world. Just make sure you have all your financial paperwork ready so things don't slow down. Proper documentation is key to a smooth application process and timely approval. FIRB also looks at the type of property and where it is. The location and nature of the property can influence the approval process. There might be stricter rules for farmland or places important to the country. These areas are often subject to additional scrutiny to preserve their significance. Get that approval sorted early to avoid headaches later. Early preparation and understanding of FIRB requirements can save you time and ensure a hassle-free investment experience. Law 2. Permanent residence and citizenship rights. Now, if you're already a permanent resident or an Aussie citizen, things are a bit easier. You don't need FIRB approval, but there are still rules, especially for farms and rural properties. Even if you're a citizen of another country as well as Australia, your local council might have specific rules. It's really important to understand the rules in the state or territory where you're planning to buy. Talk to a solicitor or conveyancer. They're experts in property law, so you don't get any nasty surprises. They can help you through the process and make sure everything's above board. Law 3. Restrictions on rural and agricultural lands. Buying farms or rural land is a whole different kettle of fish. The government has strict rules to protect Aussie land and resources. Foreign investors need more than just FIRB approval. They have to show they'll develop the land in a way that benefits everyone. There are limits on how much rural land foreigners can buy, and it's different in each state and territory. Even Aussies have to follow rules about land use, the environment, and protecting important historical stuff. This includes things like water rights, clearing trees, and protecting Aboriginal heritage sites. It's all about keeping Australia beautiful for everyone. Law 4. Stamp duty. Let's talk taxes, specifically stamp duty. This is a crucial aspect of buying property in Australia that every potential homeowner needs to understand. It's a big cost you can't avoid when buying property here. Whether you're a first-time buyer or an experienced investor, stamp duty is a significant expense. How much you pay depends on where you're buying, with some places having a flat rate and others a tiered system. Each state and territory has its own rules and rates, so it's important to do your research. If you're buying from overseas, you often pay an extra fee on top of the normal stamp duty. This additional cost can be substantial, so international buyers need to be particularly mindful. It's just part of buying property in Australia, so make sure you include it in your budget. Proper planning can help you avoid any financial surprises down the line. Use a stamp duty calculator to get an idea of how much it'll be so you won't get a shock later. These tools are readily available online and can provide a quick estimate. Knowing about stamp duty is super important for planning your finances. Being informed helps you make better decisions and ensures a smoother property buying experience. Law 5, Capital Gains Tax. Now, let's talk about selling your property. Capital Gains Tax, or CGT, is a tax on the profit you make, not the wholesale price. If you're an Aussie resident and you've owned the property for more than a year, you get a 50% discount on CGT. Foreign investors don't get this discount, so they pay more CGT. Think about CGT when you're working out your investment. Consider the tax implications when you buy and when you sell. Understanding CGT can help you make smart decisions and get the most out of your investment. Don't forget about it. Law 6. First Homeowner Grant. If you're buying your first home, the government offers the First Homeowner Grant, or FHOG. It's a bit of extra cash to help you get started. The amount you get depends on where you live and how much the property costs. To be eligible, you need to be an Australian citizen or permanent resident over 18 and not have owned property in Australia before. Check the rules in your state or territory. It's free money, so don't miss out. Law 7, Zoning Laws. Let's talk zoning laws. These rules determine how land can be used, whether it's for houses, businesses, factories, or farms. Each state and territory has its own rules. It's really important to do your research before you buy. Find out what the zoning is for the property you're interested in. Make sure it's right for what you want to do with it, so you don't get any surprises. Understanding zoning laws is essential for making good property decisions. Laws 8. Building Code and Compliance. Let's talk building codes. These make sure your property is safe and meets Australian standards. We have a national building code called the NCC. It sets out the minimum requirements for building materials, fire safety, energy efficiency, and other important things. New properties should already meet these codes. For older properties or renovations, get a building inspection to check for any problems. An inspector will look at the structure, pests, dampness, and other things. This can save you heaps of trouble later on. Law 9, Environmental Regulations. Let's talk about environmental regulations. These are really important for protecting Australia's unique environment. There are strict rules to minimize the impact of development. This includes protecting native plants and animals, managing rainwater runoff, and saving water. There are also rules to protect our coasts and prevent erosion. In areas with bushfire risk, there are special building codes and landscaping rules to reduce the danger. Understanding these regulations is essential for responsible development. Protecting the environment keeps Australia beautiful for future generations. Law 10. Strata Titles for Apartment. Finally, let's talk about strata titles. These are important for apartment living. Strata title means you own your apartment and share ownership of common areas like hallways and gardens. When you buy a strata title property, you're joining a community with rules. The body corporate, made up of all the apartment owners, manages the building and makes sure everyone follows the rules. Strata living can be easy and convenient with shared facilities. It's important to understand the rules and how the body corporate works. Strata can be a great option if you like apartment living. So, there you have it. 10 essential real estate laws you need to know before buying property in Australia. Knowing this stuff is really important, especially when investing in property. Understanding these laws helps you make good decisions and avoid expensive mistakes. Buying property in Australia is a fantastic opportunity, but knowing these laws is key to success. Did any of these surprise you? Let us know in the comments below. For more tips on global real estate, like, share and subscribe to Global Properties. Check out our other videos for info on buying property around the world. See you next time.